Hi all, welcome to another episode of Dynamic Syndications TV. This morning we're out here at Rose Hill and we're spending time with one of Sydney's leading trainers and one of Rose Hill's leading trainers, David Payne. Welcome Dave. Dave has been a great asset to the Dynamic Syndications team over the past 5 years. We've had many horses in his stable and we've had a lot of fun, and we know that the owners have had a lot of fun in his stables as well. But for those out there that don't know the history behind David Payne, we're here this morning to find out actually what makes the man tick, what his background is and what brought him to Australia. David, not many people know out there that you're actually a very good jockey in your native South Africa. You rode in over 2,000 races and won over 200 races. Tell us a little bit to our audience about how you got involved in racing and how that transition from a champion rider in South Africa diverts to a champion trainer.
Yeah, well, Adam, I was small and at school I used to walk past the racecourse every day, and it looked like fun, so I applied to be a jockey. They accepted me, and I was leading jockey twice, leading apprentice twice, and leading jockey of my province twice. And unfortunately got a bit heavy, and I'm always keen on the training aspect, so I became a private trainer to a man called Norman Ferguson, and he set me on my way, and I was fortunate enough to have a horse called In Full Flight. And my first year as a trainer, I think I won about eight Group 1s.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
David is one of those skilled men in his craft and there's not many out there guys that have trained over 100 Group 1 winners. David is lucky enough to boast that incredible record. In Full Flight, we were just speaking about In Full Flight then, South Africa's version of our champion Black Caviar. Obviously your best horse that you've ever thrown a bridle on, is that what?
No, definitely. I've had some very good horses, fortunately, along the way, and he was just a freak. He used to beat them at weight for age over 1,000, put him over 2,200, used to beat them weight for age as well. He was just a freak.
Just one of those naturals?
Yeah, natural, yeah.
David, you moved to Australia, must have been a big decision for you and your family. What prompted that decision to come out here?
Well, I'd been coming to New Zealand for 20 years buying horses, and when the political situation got a little bit worse in South Africa, my wife prompted me to say, why don't we try and get into Australia? And being a little bit older then, I don't think they could accept me, so we tried and they said, you're too old. And then the immigration officer said, what do you do? So I said, well, I'm a trainer. So they said, can I be a record? So anyway, when I got the record, I got in on the special talents, which was quite fortunate at that time. So that's how we got here.
Beautiful. David originally started out at Randwick. He's since come out to Rose Hill, and you've trained some fantastic horses in your time here in Australia. Give us just a quick recap on some of the horses that you have trained.
Look, I've been very fortunate. When you come to a new country, you've got to start all over. And we've had Gallant, Tess, Nevis, Flying Pegasus, recently Stripper, that good filly Stripper, and Centennial Park, Master of Design, and we got a couple of nice young horses coming through the ranks.
Beautiful, beautiful. David, if you weren't training, what do you think you'd be doing?
Well, I love the open life, so most probably I would have been a farmer, I would think, but I've always loved animals, and I suppose that's where I would have been.
What can you see yourself after you many years down the track, because there's still plenty of good years left in this training game, what can you see yourself doing?
Oh, Adam, I think, I love the game so much, and it's a challenge, and I suppose I'll be like Bob Cummings, I'll just keep going.
Beautiful. And you can see yourself living here permanently in Australia? You now call Australia home?
Yeah, well, I've been here 10 years and I've only got an Australian passport now, so it'll be a problem leaving.
Exactly right. No, you're a dinky die Aussie.
Yeah.
Hobbies away from racing, Dave. I know it's hard. We are a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week job, but sometimes it is important to be able to branch out and get away from it all. What are your hobbies away from racing?
Well, cycling. I've been cycling for the last 30 years, so I still go 3 times a week.
Yeah.
And it keeps me fit, it keeps you active, your mind healthy. And we've got 2 little dogs that we love walking, so those are my hobbies. I've tried to take up golf too hard, but so that's what we really enjoy.
Beautiful. And you're about to, it's just happened, but you're about to have another great hobby as well. You've just become a grandfather
Yep, so that's more time for me, and that's wonderful. Our daughter's just had a little boy, and that's what life's all about.
That's lovely. It's a bit of a family affair here as well. Your lovely wife Merle works in the business as well. She works here. So can you give us a little bit of a background about Merle as well?
Yeah, Merle does the books here. She looks after the accounts, and I must say she's quite capable. And my son's here as well. He's in clothing. He just opened up for a German firm overseas on online buying clothing, and that's it. And my daughter's a lawyer, but now she's a mother. So
That's great.
I don't know what's going to happen with her in her career.
Beautiful. Well, David, thank you so much for spending time with everyone here at Dynamic and Dynamic TV. We really appreciate you allowing us to come out to your stable base this morning and trying to get behind what makes you tick as a trainer and as a person, and we really appreciate it. David's done, as I said, David's done a wonderful job for Dynamic Syndications over the past 5 years. He's a fantastic trainer, and we look forward to having many more horses in his stable. Thanks a lot,
Thanks,
David.
Adam. And I just want to say thanks for supporting me, and it's a privilege to be with the Dynamic team.
Thanks, mate.